Britain's Parliament returns from its summer break to an autumn of discontent. Brexit negotiations have produced little more than acrimony so far, and with nearly a quarter of the allotted 2 years gone before Britain formally exits the bloc, no one is much the wiser about what the future may hold. Not even this man, the minister in charge of making it happen.
Nobody's ever pretended this will be simple or easy. I've always said this negotiation will be tough, complex, and at times confrontational.
David Davis told MPs negotiations had made plenty of progress. Many were unconvinced.
The state of affairs and the slow process of progress are a real cause for concern. The parties appear to be getting further apart rather than closer together.
The summer concentrated minds in the opposition Labour Party. A good result in the election has convinced it to unify around a common position on Brexit, supporting continued access to the European single market and free movement of people for a limited transition period, a so-called soft Brexit. That's a position that could have won Labour the last election and may well win it the next. When that comes depends on how well the government and its shaky alliance with Northern Ireland's Democratic Unionists withstands a whole series of votes to come on Brexit legislation. Already the opposition is intent on disrupting plans to incorporate EU law in the so-called Great Repeal Bill, facing its first major vote next week. Meanwhile, the talks in Brussels may need to pick up pace. With 18 months to go, the EU is refusing to begin all-important trade negotiations until there's progress on the question of money, the financial terms of the Brexit divorce.
What the EU is doing is behaving, as all countries do in international negotiations, with hard-headed self-interest. And it's in their self-interest to try and bank the divorce payment before they talk about the future deal. The reason for that is they don't want the Brits to be able to use money as leverage in the further talks. It keeps Britain in a weaker position.
And finally, there's Theresa May, the Prime Minister holding on to her premiership by a thread after her Conservative Party lost its majority in an election she'd called to try and strengthen her position. Will she make it beyond the party's conference in October? Calls for her to step down have not entirely gone away. Jonah, Al Jazeera, London.